Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Keelan and today I wanted to do another video talking about 10 things to do instead of spending money. And yeah, excuse my voice, I have a cold, but my boyfriend surprised me yesterday with a microphone, so I'm very excited that hopefully I won't have to try to project my voice anymore and it will make the audio better. And it's so cute and just like attaches to my phone, so yeah, I feel very excited about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a latte. Of course, as usual, my dog is like, play with me, you're making a video, I want your attention now. He just went for a long walk, but he's never satisfied. So yeah, I will share my ideas with you. So number one is to go for a photography walk. So go for a walk and take your time, and say, he always squeaks his toy when I'm making a video, hopefully it's not annoying. Yeah, like go for a walk and take pictures of things that you notice along the way that inspire you. And I have actually done this in the past and then used the photos to help me with like paintings that I'm doing. And I just think sometimes you capture something that it'll only be there for a short time. Like today I passed this really beautiful, it was like a hedge with red berries in it. I'm not really sure what it was, but it was really pretty and it stood out against the kind of grey day. So I love to take photos of things like that, and then when I go back through my phone I have plenty of inspiration to find there. Number two is to work your way through a best movies ever list, and I know that there could be so many of these that sometimes you don't know where to start and you don't know which are reliable, but just try one out. And what are you doing to that ball? And see how it goes. Like just watch the first one and see if you like it. Or I think like quite often they're filled with a lot of variety. You could do the IMDb one, or just look up any that you like and just see what you haven't already watched. See if there's any like classics that you haven't seen. I was looking at one this morning and I found a Belgian movie, I think it was, and I actually really want to watch it. I've now forgotten the name of it, and it's from like 1975, so it might be quite hard to find, but it provides you with inspiration and it gives you a project to work your way through and see like what you think, and then you can get into the cinematography of it and thinking about what makes it such a great movie, and it just fills you with like endless inspiration. Number three is to do some printing, and this can be with any objects that you like. I've done potato printing with my kids before, where they literally just use a potato, or my dog's gonna think I'm talking about him now, or we've cut out like little shapes in a potato to print with. You can also do it with things like, we've used forks for printing before and made like tulip pictures, and the forks were like the flowers. And you can do it with any objects that you like. Sometimes it's fun to go around your kitchen and just find random objects you can print with that provide interesting textures and shapes, and you can go outside and look for some things to print with too, like use some leaves or just anything you can find. And you can do fingerprint and thumbprint pictures too, where you just do like literally just put paint in your fingers, and then when you've printed with them and they've dried, you can add little details and turn them into things like animals. My daughter used to have a book where you could do that, and I thought that was a really cute idea. You just use a pen and add like a beak or an eyes or whatever, and it makes a robin, for example. Number four is to forage for home decor. He's pulling me away from the table. I really like to go for nature walks, and sometimes it's nice to go and kind of forest bathe and look for just objects that you can bring home with you that are pretty. Like you could bring home some pine cones and decorate them. You could paint them, you could put glitter on them if you have glitter. You can make like use string and tie them together to make like decorations for Christmas time. You can find holly, but even at other times of the year you can just see what you find. You might find some nice flowers or leaves, or like you might find some rocks somewhere, or it could be anything that you like, but just exploring and looking for them is a really kind of, it's like a sensory activity, and I just feel like it's really good for you. And then it feels good to come home at the end of the day with something that you can turn into a decoration and it didn't cost any money. Number 5 is to look through cookery books and also read the writing around the recipe, because sometimes like we just use cookery books like in a moment where we're looking for a particular recipe, you just flick through the book to it and then you close it again once you've got the recipe. But a lot of cookery books I actually find really, really interesting, and I'm reading Nigel Slater's Christmas Chronicles at the minute, and it is so inspiring. And I also love the book Midnight Chicken, and I find the reading around the recipes of it very inspiring. And it's nice to hear the stories behind the recipes too, and how they fit into the like chef or whoever's created it's life. And just looking at the pictures and getting inspiration, it's just a very relaxing thing to do, because it's not often you do that without kind of being in the middle of a cooking project and you're just using it for reference. Number 6 is to look up some journal prompts online. There are so many of these, and you can actually buy really expensive journals that have prompts in them, and in a way it's kind of a rip-off, because you could just come up with your own prompts and save yourself all the money and just use a regular notebook. And there's such a huge collection of them that it can give you so many ideas and get you started writing about things that end up being really interesting, that give you ideas for projects or that just help you with kind of like personal growth, and even like using them for therapy as well. I have been to therapy in the past, but I have found writing more therapeutic than going to any therapist. Number 7 is to look up jokes that are actually funny, because it's quite hard to find jokes that haven't kind of been rehashed over the years and that are actually funny. But my daughter got a book recently from the library, and it was like, I can't remember the name of it. It's like, you know, the Treehouse collection of kids books, and it goes up in a strange order of numbers, but apparently they're popular with kids who like cartoon type books. My daughter really loves books with cartoons in them. But it was a joke book version of their book, and the jokes in it were so simple and kind of like immature, but they were so funny. Like there was one, and we were like dying with laughter at it, which probably shows that I'm quite immature. It was, why did Tigger go to the bathroom? He was looking for his friend Pooh, and we were like laughing like hysterically at this for ages, and every time she mentions it to me we start laughing again. And it's actually really fun finding jokes that make you laugh, and they can be the simplest things. Sometimes you can write them down and then remember to share them with people, because I'm really bad at coming up with jokes. Like if somebody said to me, tell me a joke, I couldn't remember one, and or I would tell the like punchline probably before asking the question. So I just think it's like a really good way to put yourself in a good mood, and you can share them with other people. Number 8 is to go to a craft fair just for ideas, and don't bring your purse. Like don't bring any money with you to stop yourself actually buying things. Just go for the experience and wander around, look at the stalls, see what people are selling, like soak up the atmosphere and just take inspiration away with you, like rather than stuff. Because a lot of the time I think whenever we buy things like spur of the moment at an event like that, it's like you love the idea and it's like you kind of are like, oh, I have to possess that, but actually maybe you can just like the idea but not own the physical object. Number 9 is to repurpose old items into garden decor. So I have seen people doing that in gardens like around my kids' school. Like there's one that has won awards and things, and they literally decorate their garden with like old items from inside the house, like magnets that they've collected over the years, and it's sort of like interspersed with plants, but they just put a lot of, it's basically junk, but the way they arrange it means that kids love it, and they decorate it really well for Christmas and things, and always change it seasonally. So I think you can reuse things that you would otherwise throw out and turn it into like an object for the garden. And the same goes for furniture. Like if you don't have any garden furniture and you're getting rid of some, you can repurpose your furniture into garden furniture. Okay, it might not last forever because it's not maybe designed to withstand the elements to the same extent, but like short term it could work. And I saw that someone had used an old dresser in their garden and filled it with plants and decorated it and made like a little corner where they put a deck chair and stuff, and I just thought that was really creative. And that leads me to number 10, which is another kind of outdoor crafty thing to do, and I've done this with the kids a lot and it's really fun, is make some wild art. So you basically just go around outside and collect like nature items wherever you are. It could be flowers, leaves, stones. Like if you're on the beach, you can do it with like shells and rocks and seaweed. Just wherever you are, pick up lots of nature items and then use them to create a picture on the ground. Like, you can be so creative with it. You can make it look like an actual picture, or you can just do like a mosaic kind of style art piece, and it's a good way to keep adults and kids entertained, and it's nice to take a photo of it whenever you're finished because it won't last forever, but you can kind of record the moment. I hope this gives you some ideas and inspiration for things to do instead of spending money. And thank you for watching. Hi to any new subscribers, and thanks everybody for all your support, and I will make another video soon. Bye!